Hey everyone, we apologize. We did not realize that it has been a chaotic morning to start here. We are now live here on the Erie Tiger Network. We're joining you a little bit late. We thought we were streaming this whole time. We forgot to make sure our stream had the automatic Fire Live button toggled. And so we have been streaming to the YouTube interface, but the YouTube interface has not been streaming to you. So that is beyond frustrating for us. So to get you caught up, the Tigers started off this game with a 1-0 lead in the first inning. Addie Osborne drove in a run. It was Meg Nelson who got a leadoff hit and would eventually score as there's a dazzling catch.
Yeah, what a catch from Osborne. Looked like maybe it was going to get over her head. Makes over-the-shoulder catch and puts away the first out for the Tigers. And that was a great play.
A fantastic play. And then Kat Sackett had two runners on in the second, and she was able to shut the door. It was 2 on with 1 out. And so Gracie Sackett got out of that one. And so the Tigers now in the bottom of the second lead at 2-1.
We're back. And now Katie Forbes, the right fielder for our Columbine, at the plate. Sackett high, and now 2-0. We missed the first one. Forbes. Hitters count now. Tigers still lead it 1-0. Bottom of the second. No runners on. And Sackett gets the sign. Comes set. Wheels and fires. Pop fly, foul territory. And looks like Jay Hernandez will make the play. I thought for a second Megan Nelson was going to, but Hernandez from third comes in and makes the catch.
Jay Hernandez has been a defensive stalwart the last couple weeks for the Tigers. I mean, all season, all career. She's just a gritty player, but, man, she just hasn't really made mistakes the last couple weeks.
Yeah, and now Sackett to the 9-hole Anna Lovato, the 8-hole Anna Lovato.
Batting for Columbine, number 2, Anna Lovato.
By the way, that's the voice of Andy McClure. They've got their speaker set up, and so now the PA system is, you might recognize him. He's an Erie local, so hopefully giving a little bit of a positive Erie mojo in this game.
Yeah, and Sackett falls behind 2-0 to the 8-hole Lovato. And now the 2-0. Fouled back. And good pitch from Sackett. And Lovato not quite able to get all of it. And Sackett gets the sign, the 2-1. Swung on, little blooper. Grish is just over the glove, and Molly Nelson not able to throw her out at first, and a 2-out single for Columbine.
If anyone in the state is going to make that play, it's Gabby
Now
Grishas.
batting number 24.
So that was just,
Shern.
Perfectly placed. Didn't hit it all that great, but hey, you put it in play and positive things can happen.
Yeah, and now Columbine runner on, 2 outs. 9-hole hitter, Mari Sheeran. And Sackett gets the sign, deals inside for ball 1.
She said this is the 9-hole hitter, so Gracie has done her job for the most part the first time through the lineup, but with 2 outs here, you got to get Shern. You just have to. You have to find a way to get out of this inning right now.
As there's a line drive base hit to center field. Johnson Martinez not able to throw out a second, and now Columbine runners on first and second, 2 out, and the top of the order coming up.
Yeah, and that is what you
now
didn't want to have happen,
Olivia Kiter.
because now you go to the top of the order, and that's where Columbine can do their damage.
And Livy Kiter base hit, double, to lead off this game for Columbine, now with runners on first and second. First pitch to her is in there for strike one, and Sackett jumps ahead.
Once again, Tiger fans, we're sorry for getting on the air just a little bit late. We were streaming to YouTube. The YouTube interface was not streaming to you. We didn't hit the auto active button. That's our bad.
And 0-1 from Sackett in there for strike two, and now one strike away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Sackett checks the armband, gets the sign, takes a second, comes set. The 0-2, low in the dirt, good block by Nelson. And now 1-2 to the leadoff hitter, Kiter.
I've talked about the quality of the infield defense for the Tigers. Make no mistake, Meg Nelson is a part of that. She is the cornerstone behind the plate.
And a swing and the miss, and Sackett escapes.
Bottom of the second inning for Columbine. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners.
And that'll
left
do it
on
in the
base.
inning. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger
third
Network.
inning.
Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
You are watching the ETN. You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson here with you as we roll into the top of the third inning. And for the Tigers, it'll be Avery Gilbert to lead things off for the Tigers. Avery will get her first bat in this state tournament. Avery on the season, a .269 hitter with a pair of extra base hits, and she'll take a look at ball one.
Leading it off at the top of the third inning.
So the Tigers,
number 22, Avery Gilbert.
still clinging to a one-run lead here. There's the pitch. This one hit back up the middle, a dribbler to short, fired across the diamond in time for out number one.
Yeah, and a good play by the shortstop. Had to charge it a little bit, makes the play, and Avery Gilbert is retired, but now top of the order.
Now batting number 7,
Now
Megan Nelson.
Megan Nelson will come to the plate. And we're sorry if that PA is really loud. We are literally right in front of the speaker. I don't know how much it bothers you at home. It is rattling our headsets here. So if Dylan and I get a little off kilter when you hear the PA, that's why. It's hard to think.
Hard to think.
That's why military tactics, they play loud noises when they're about to enter a city. That pitch just outside, taken for a ball. 1-1 the count here to Megan Nelson.
And Tigers just need to get base runners on. Last inning got 1-2-3'd. And they do lead it 1-0, but they always need to add on.
Pretty much everything from Nelson, if you look at the spray chart, the last couple days has been to the right side, just taking the ball the opposite way. 2-1 here. Ogden staring in. She'll wheel, fire, delivers, and that one off the plate outside. 3-1.
And good at bat from Nelson after taking the first strike to get into a hitter's count here. 3-1.
Delivery inside for ball 4, and so a one-out walk here to Meg Nelson, and that'll bring Jay Hernandez. She grounded out her last time up. She is the opposite of Meg Nelson.
Now
Everything
batting
has
number
been
18,
told,
Jay Hernandez.
including her home run to deep left center yesterday.
Yeah, and Tigers with the runner on and one out just need to keep themselves in this inning.
The delivery is lifted. That's a little bit of trouble, but no, good read by Keeter. She went back on that. Thought that was going to carry a little bit further and just
Now
carry
batting
to the
number
edge of
3,
the outfield
Addie
dirt.
Osborne.
Yeah, it seems like Hernandez got that one off the end of the bat a little bit. If she had barreled it up, it could have been a gap shot for maybe a double and an RBI for the Tigers.
So Addie Osborne will come to the plate, 1 for 1 with the run batted in today. She smoked a homer yesterday, now has 7. This one chopped deep in the hole. That's going to be trouble to second, not in time. And so a 2-out infield single will put 2 runners on here for the Tigers. And now you have Renee Laskowski coming to the plate.
Yeah, and good job by Meg Nelson and Addie Osborne reacting to it and beating out the plays. Shortstop for Columbine did not have a play at first and was too late to make the play at second.
And these are moments in championship-like games, championship atmospheres. You get a runner onto second with 2 outs. Can you find a way to deliver even 1 run in a situation like that? Every run looms huge.
Yeah, 1 run here is going to be huge for the Tigers if they pick it up, as they're only leading by 1 here in the top of the 3rd.
And Nelson has good speed, and she'll run on contact here. Time is called. Blue will step aside. Laskowski checks in with Coach Echo Hawk. A calming presence for this Tiger team. The delivery. This one pulled deep in the hole. Backhand that rolls into the outfield. They're going to send the runner. This is going to be a close play at the plate. And the slide in, not in time. Nelson had slid into 3rd. Had she seen that it went past the shortstop and cut the bag, I think she would have scored.
In the top of the 3rd inning for the Tigers.
And,
no runs
Tigers
to
definitely
there was an error, 2 runners left
looked
on.
very similar
We
to
go
the
to
play that got them the RBI in the
it's
first,
the
but
1,
this time
the Rebels
throw
nothing.
was in time at home, and Tigers only lead at 1-0.
We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number, 303-828-0454, or go to carawayortho.com.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson here with you as Addie Branch, the 2-hole hitter who flew out or popped out to Lily Smith her last time up, will step in at the dish.
Yeah, and Sackett just needs to keep it rolling after 1-2-3 in the last inning, and the Tigers leading by only a run.
Branch, a .415 hitter. Not a lot of pop in the bat, not many extra base hits this season anyways. This one fouled straight back into the screen.
Leading it off for Columbine, number 7.
Dylan, now it's coming for
Branch.
me, and I barely flinched. Come on, man.
I mean,
Yesterday, I was in front of the fence, took one. It hit something and went through the fence and blasted me in the face. So, might be a little more skittish today than yesterday. It was probably just dirt or paint from the fence. But, man, that stung a little bit yesterday. That pitch was wide for a ball, 1-1 the count. By the way, Keegan McKenzie producing this game. So special thanks to the ETN students that made the trip out here to Aurora Sports Park. Always one of my favorite championship sites and venues. This along with state wrestling, really a lot of fun. State volleyball in the Coliseum, that's always a fun time as well. Delivery, this one tagged foul.
yeah, and a good pitch from Sackett, putting it in a place where all the Columbine hitter could do was foul it away, and now she is 1 strike away from getting the first out in this first inning. This third inning.
2-2 the count here to Branch. Sackett, who has thrown well over 200 pitches in the last 24 hours now, gets tagged back up the middle for a base hit.
And that's a good piece of hitting from the 2-hole hitter for Columbine, and now the Rebels have a runner on and nobody out here.
And this is their most dangerous part of the lineup here. 2, 3, 4 due up, and the leadoff single by Branch. Now Ogden, the 3-hole hitter, and the pitcher trying to help out her own cause. She's a .558 hitter with 7 bombs on the year. So not only is she powerful from the pitcher circuit, she has the thunder in the lumber from the dish. A 1 pitch from Sackett, swung on and missed for strike 2. And now Gracie can play a little cat and mouse game here with a 2-strike count. Gracie delivers. In there for strike 3 looking. That is a huge out for Sackett. You struck out one of the best hitters. Oh, my goodness.
Now batting.
Ogden was running off. I tell
Number
you what,
16,
she was about
Martinez.
2 feet away from taking a foul ball to the head, and she had just taken her helmet off. I'm so glad that foul ball missed her. That flew in and almost creamed Ogden as she ran back to the dugout. I don't think many people saw that. Wow. All right, everyone's safe, though. Now Sackett delivers wide for a ball to Eva Martinez, the catcher and 4-hole hitter.
And Tigers, they just need to keep the ball on the infield and hope for a hot shot for maybe a double play here.
Sackett wheels, fires, golfs it. Hernandez onto second for 1. Gricius will cut down the lead runner. She won't try for the double play, as she would have had to turn around, fire a bullet to Smith, and I still don't think it would have been in time. Smart play there by Gabby.
Yeah, Gabby, she caught the ball and stepped on the bag with her throwing foot, and so she would have had to take another step off the bag, reset her momentum, and throw it across. And I agree with you. That was a smart play to just get the out and not potentially make a mistake and get another runner in scoring position.
Courtesy runner is Emerson
Now running at first base, number 11, Emerson Santaniello.
Santaniello. Okay, there you go. Mr. McClure, he's the expert on that.
Batting 33, Nina Vargas.
And if you can hear in the background, Nina Vargas now at the plate here. Vargas, a .449 hitter with 6 bombs. Man, so much power from this Columbine lineup. Delivery, swing, and a miss from Vargas.
Yeah, that's a good first pitch to the power hitter. Off speed, get her a little bit off balance, maybe change the timing a little bit, and a good pitch for the strike.
Checking her band is Gracie. Delivers, swing and a miss again.
And after going with the off speed on the first pitch, Sackett deals the fastball on the outside part of the plate, and she gets 2 quick strikes because of it.
Sackett again. 0-2. She is located exceptional today and gets the strike 3 swinging. And the Rebels go quietly in the third. We'll head to the 4th inning here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
It off for
Welcome
the
back to
Tigers.
Erie Tiger Network.
24,
Gabby Gricius leading
Gabby
it off for the
Gricius.
Tigers. They lead it 1-0, top of the fourth. Aria Ogden still in the circle for Columbine. Gricius last time popped out to the first baseman. The first pitch to her. Swung on, high foul ball out of play. And good first pitch from Ogden.
You know, the longer that Erie keeps Columbine off the board, when you're the favorite, when you've lost one game all year, even if you're getting hits and you're not scoring runs, that can build pressure. And pressure is the enemy of good at-bats.
And the 0-1 to Gricius was low for ball one. And now 1-1 count. Ogden gets the sign, comes set, fires. Inside and low, ball two. Gricius working a little bit of a good at-bat here. And Tigers just hoping to get some runners on in this inning. The 2-1. Swung on, fouled away. A little bit late on that one was Gricius, and now a 2-2 count.
You know, the Tigers still have 4 hits here against Ogden, so they're seeing her well. She, like Sackett, has had to carry the load for this Columbine team.
And the 2-2 to Gricius. Swung on through the first baseman for a base hit. And great piece of hitting from Gricius, and Tigers have one on and nobody out here in the top of the fourth.
What I love about the Tiger offense is these hitters are not afraid to go the other way. They take outside pitches, and they do what you're supposed to do with an outside pitch. You're
Now
going to pitch me
batting number
outside,
9,
I'm going
Lily
to hit
Smith.
it the other way. You're going to pitch me inside, I'm going to turn and rip on it.
And now first baseman Lily Smith up to bat. A little ground out to the pitcher last time up. And sign's not quite on for Columbine.
Lily Smith, a special young player, a stalwart in the starting lineup. I think as she matures in age, as she gets stronger, she hits the weight room, we're going to start seeing her have more pop in this bat, because as it already stands, she's a good hitter.
First pitch to her, swings a bunt and does not throw it back. And the pickoff, Gricius maybe wasn't quite paying attention. It went to right field.
No, Gricius made a smart play there. She watched that, and that went by, and the right fielder did a great job of backing up. Had Gricius gone, she's toast right now.
Yeah, and Smith did wheel around the bunt, but didn't pull it back, and first pitch to her was in there for a strike. And Smith squares the bunt, gets it down, fielded cleanly by the third baseman, flipped to the second baseman. Runner will advance, and Tigers runner in scoring position. Molly Nelson coming up, and only one out.
You know, that was a strong throw in third, or from the third baseman. Sorry, we're just trying to correct this. All right. By the third baseman, Vargas. And
now
if I
14,
am
Molly Nelson.
Erie, I might think about bunting to her again. Not because she has a strong arm, but an awkward delivery that time. And, hey, you see something like that, test her again.
0-1 to Molly Nelson is low for ball one. And I will say Nelson has been one of the better hitters for the Tigers in these playoffs from what I've watched.
Nelson, that big home run yesterday that kind of got the engine started for the Tigers. So certainly right there.
And Nelson checks her swing on that one, 2-1. Gricius on second, 1 out.
And Nelson did not go as far as Jerkson Profar did yesterday, so good call there.
The 2-1. Low, ball 3, and now Nelson, hitter's count, and runner on second, runner in scoring position, and now Tigers one swing away from maybe jumping ahead 2-0.
I think that, well, that one's in the dirt.
Yep, and Nelson will walk.
I think this umpire has done a really good job of staying consistent in balls and strikes. If it's just a little bit off
12,
the plate,
Mia
it's
Johnson
been a ball.
Martinez.
And the difference is Cat has nibbled those corners. Ogden has just been a little bit outside of those corners. And you might see an umpire in high school with a wider strike zone where she gets some of those calls, but a pretty consistent plate today so far.
First pitch to Mia Johnson Martinez is in there for strike one. Tigers, runners on first and second, 1 out here, threatening to extend their 1-run lead here in the top of the fourth. The 0-1. Swung on, ground ball through the second baseman. Gristles will round third. No, she will be held up. Looked like she was rounding it. Good call from third base coach for Erie. The throw from the right fielder was off the plate, and maybe Grishas could have gotten around to score.
Yeah, it was offline,
Now
but the throw would have beaten Grishas for sure. And what we've seen the last 2 days is the Tigers have been thrown out a couple times at home plate, and I think Coach Echohawk says 1 out. Very soon is the top of the order. Let's play with the outs. All we need is a ground ball, and we might score.
And now Avery Gilbert, the 9-hole hitter for the Tigers, up. And if you're Gilbert, all you got to do is lift the ball to the outfield, and the Tigers, they could take a two-run lead here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, lifting the ball to the outfield in this situation with this much pressure against this pitcher, I think easier said than done, but simple formula for sure.
Yeah, and that one was fouled away by Gilbert. Definitely had some air under it. And now 1-1 count here. And Tigers are threatening to extend their lead here. The 1-1. Swing, a little blooper, and cleanly caught for the out by the second baseman for Columbine.
Man, that was actually a good cut by Avery.
Now batting
and
number
she
7,
just missed
Megan
that.
Nelson.
If she had waited on it just a touch longer, I think she would have driven that ball to right field instead of kind of gotten underneath it.
And now top of the order, Megan Nelson has a single on the day, bases loaded. First pitch to her is in there for strike one.
Man, you cannot understate the importance of this at-bat here. Tigers have already left 3 on base, and you don't ever want to leave them loaded.
And now the 0-1 is inside for ball one. Nelson has a single and a walk, and if you're the Tigers, a walk is a run.
The Columbine fans thought that was a strike. I don't know if it caught the zone or not, but the catcher set up outside and had to move inside, and with that much movement from the catcher, sometimes even if it catches a piece of the zone, it looks like a ball.
The 1-1 is high for ball two, and now 2-1 count here to Meg Nelson.
Meg Nelson, excellent bat discipline at the plate.
2-1 from Ogden is in there for strike two, and now Columbine is 1 strike from getting out of this bases loaded jam. And now the 2-2. Off speed, way high, and now 3-2 count here for Meg Nelson, and this is a big pitch in this game.
I do think Meg was caught on her front foot there, but just the release point was wrong, so the ball sailed and was easy to lay off of.
And now 3-2. The pitch is low, ball 4, and that's an RBI for Meg Nelson, and the Tigers now lead it 2-0 here in the top of the fourth.
Not just 2-0 either. Now you've got Ogden maybe a little
now
bit on the ropes, a little
18,
bit going,
Jay
oh my gosh,
Hernandez.
I just walked in a run. That is the worst feeling as a pitcher that, hey, I threw 4 pitches outside the zone and it led to a run, and now you have maybe the hottest hitter in the Tigers lineup.
Jay Hernandez, bases loaded. You have Molly Nelson on first, Mia Johnson Martinez on second, and Molly Nelson on third, Meg Nelson on first. And definitely some speed on the bases for the Tigers here. And we could see a double score 3 runs if she hits it to the right spot. And the first pitch to her is low for ball 1. And now Hernandez has jumped out in the count with the bases loaded. And the 1-0 is again low. Seems like Ogden wanted it, but nothing going there.
And, you know, to me it was off the plate, and the catcher set up wide, and they're trying to get her to chase, and I think Ogden frustrated because those are calls that she might get depending on the umpire, but as we've seen, you got to be over the plate this game.
The 2-0. Swung on, high fly ball, center field. Camped under it is Branch, and she will put it away. So the Tigers strand 3, but they get 1, and they lead it 2-0.
In the top of the fourth inning, 1 run on 2 hits.
The Erie Tiger Network.
No errors.
Support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School. Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Tigers lead it 2-0, bottom of the fourth. Sackett on the mound. Abraham at the plate for Columbine. First pitch to her is in there for strike 1, and a good start in this inning for Sackett.
Sackett just has to keep it going here, and this inning crucial. I mean, I feel like maybe we overstate the importance of every inning and every moment.
There's a fly ball over the glove of Osborne, and that it will be in there for a base hit, and now Columbine again gets the leadoff runner on.
But to me, why this is important is you have the bottom of the Columbine lineup. Obviously, they're still a solid group, but they are nothing like the top 5 hitters in the lineup.
And now the 7-hole Forbes.
Number 8, Katie Forbes.
Fouled out in her last at-bat. Runner on, nobody out here. First pitch to her, swung on in the dirt. Maybe fouled off. And Sackett again jumps out in the count. And with the runner on first, if you're Columbine, you need a run here in this inning. So you can just be 1 away from tying this up. The 0-1 in there for strike 2. And, I mean, Gracie Sackett has been dealing all day. And pretty much all the playoffs that I've watched so far, she has been in the zone consistently for the Tigers. And now the 0-2. Little ground ball fielded by Hernandez. Throw to first just in time, and runner will advance, but Tigers get the 1.
It was a strong throw by Jay. She had a long way to run to get that because it was such a weak roller. And then it was a fantastic stretch by Lily Smith. She reached out wide to her glove side, almost snow cone that and kept her foot on the bag.
And now, runner on second, 1 out for Columbine. Lovato at the plate, the 8-hole hitter, excuse me. That one is inside, almost hit the batter for Columbine, but got out of the way. And 1-0 is the count. The 1-0. Swung on. Little blooper, and it's going to drop. Both runners will advance. Excuse me, the 1 runner will advance, and now it is first and third for Columbine with only 1 out.
Yeah, we talked about how important it was to shut down this bottom part of the lineup, and 2 of the 3 batters so far have gotten hits, and so now you're dealing with a 9-hole hitter with only 1 out. That means with runners on, you go back to the top of the order unless you can finagle a double play here. And we'll say Gracie is at her best when there are runners on base.
And Shern, the 9-hole hitter, has a single on the day. A single would be huge for Columbine as they'd get a run out of it. And the first pitch to her, swung on, and a line drive up the middle through the diving Osborne, and Columbine will get a run here. And now it's still first and second and 1 out. And that is the second time that Shern has hit a single up the middle in this game.
And that is huge for Columbine because now it puts a run on the board. Your bottom of the lineup produced, and now you feel like third time through, we've got this. And so if you ever need just an amazing defensive play or Sackett to get a punch out, right now is that moment.
And now the leadoff hitter, Kiter, takes the first pitch in there for strike 1. And with runners on first and second, as you said, Tigers need a strikeout or a great play on the infield to get that second out. And the 0-1 fouled away. And now quickly, Sackett has jumped ahead 0-2 on the leadoff hitter for Columbine.
When you tweet out next time, put the YouTube link. I think just hit Control V.
Sackett gets the sign, comes set, the 0-2. Swung on and belted, and that is going to go to the wall. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the other run around third, and Grishis didn't realize that a run was coming around, and that is a 2 RBI double for Kiter, and Columbine now leads it 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, no communication there from the infield because I think Grishis had time to turn and rip it toward home, and she just ate it. So it's a loud atmosphere. You got to be screaming 4, 4, 4 because there was, I think, plenty of time for Grishis to turn and rip one right toward home and try and get that out.
Yeah, it seemed like Grishis might have had time to make a close play at home at least, but as you said, she didn't realize that runner was advancing from third, and Columbine gets 2 crucial runs here in the bottom of the 4th. And now the 2-hole hitter, Branch, the center fielder for Columbine. Rebels lead it 3-2. First pitch to her, fouled away. As if you're Sackett, you need an out here. There's still only 1 out in this inning, and there's a runner on second for Columbine. They could extend their lead in this inning.
Columbine has struggled chasing outside pitches today. I think you just keep going back to that.
Outside pitch fouled away, and Smith, not quite able to come up with it and slams into the fence.
Lily Smith made an incredible catch yesterday in which she fell into the fence. Similar type of play. Not able to hold on to this time, knowing that fence was coming. That might have been some memory scar tissue that reminded her, hey, this is about to hurt.
Yeah, she definitely braced a little bit, and the ball just loosened out of her glove and dropped it. But still, 0-2 is the count to Branch. And now the 0-2. Swung on, fly ball. Martinez comes in and makes the catch. Good play, good read. And 2 outs now for the Tigers.
I'll just say this, Dylan. You started to say Hernandez. Every time, I have done that so many times through the 4 years with Via Johnston Martinez and Jay Hernandez.
And now Tigers 2 outs, runner on second. Sackett just needs an out here, and the Tigers can keep this to a 1-run game. The first pitch to the pitcher, Ogden. Swung on, high fly ball. Martinez will camp under it, and she will put it away. But the Tigers surrender 3, and now they trail it 3-2. We will go to the top of the 5th here on the Erie Tiger Network.
season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Vern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements indoors.
Welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Tigers trail it 3-2, bottom of the 5th. Ogden still in the circle for Columbine. Addie Osborne set to lead it off. Osborne is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI.
Yeah, Osborne's hot right now, and the Tigers need a good start. Ogden has struggled with location a little bit today. Both teams have left 6 on base, but Columbine just hit it a little harder. That one sharply hit to short, picked up on a couple hops, thrown, and a good pick from the dirt by Peyton Bodie, the first baseman, and that's the first out of the inning, and Osborne is retired.
Yeah, and if you're the Tigers, you need to get something going in this inning. You don't, I mean, you always want to run, but you don't necessarily need a run. You just need base runners so you keep all of the so you make it so Columbine doesn't have all of the momentum in this game.
Yeah, you love to answer. When one team scores, score right back. You don't have to match their 3. You just need to get 1. That's the recipe. Is there's a ball on the outer half. 1-0 the count here to Laskowski. Ogden has nibbled around the strike zone, but just not quite been as dialed in as Gracie until that last inning. And Gracie still was throwing strikes, but the difference is Columbine hitting Gracie a little harder than the Tigers are able to hit Ogden.
Yeah, and now Laskowski gets the hitter's count with 1 out. And if you're her, you got to find a hole here and get on first.
Delivery is wide for ball 3, so a 3-0 count. They checked the swing. The umpire says no swing. And a 3-0 count. Columbine fans don't like it, but the worst thing you can do is argue balls and strikes. It's just going to make the umpire dig in. Delivery, 3-0 pitch is right down the pipe for a strike, and Laskowski was taking all the way.
Yeah, and I agree with the call. The thought process from Erie, 3-0. You need a base runner here so you can get something going in the top of the 5th.
This one chopped to short again. Kiter across the diamond, and a little bit shaky of a catch there by Bodie, but she does secure it with 2 hands. And that's quickly 2 outs here in the inning.
And 2 good plays from the shortstop of the Rebels. And now Gabby Gricius here. Tigers need to get something going here with 2 outs.
Gabby is an oppo-way hitter for sure. Yesterday she did pull a couple, but she'll take it wherever she needs to. And that outside pitch, she tried to lift a little bit. So 0-1 the count here from Aria Ogden. A 3-2 lead from the 1 seed Columbine here over Erie in the top of the 5th. The delivery is inside off the plate catches a piece of the plate for strike 2.
And now Gricius needs to buckle down and fight down 0-2 with 2 outs. Yeah.
That armband, the pitcher armband around Ogden's bicep, not around her forearm. Don't usually see that, kind of peeling back the sleeve to check the pitch. 0-2 count. Gricius will take for strike 3. And she was taken, and that was right down the inside part of the plate. And the Tigers are retired in order in the 5th. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning here on the Erie Tiger Network.
It's the Rebels.
They're out. Come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network.
16,
We're broadcasting live from the Jen Realty broadcast booth. Jen's been an Erie resident specialist since '05. Contact her today for all your local town real estate needs. And now Gracie Sackett will dig in here for the Tigers. And she will fire a first pitch strike here to Eva Martinez, who's 0 for 2, a strikeout, and then grounded into a fielder's choice. This one is lifted high into shallow center. Plenty of time for Mia Johnston-Martinez to come up. She had to make a long run to get to that one, though. That was skied way up there.
Yeah, that was one where Martinez maybe could have flipped the glove to make a basket catch, but tried to keep it up, and I think it got her a little bit on the palm and stung her, but good job by her coming in all of that distance, got all the way to the dirt, and made the catch for the first out of the inning.
This one chopped to Hernandez, and once again, she is flawless in her execution. Caught it on one hop up around her head and fired a bullet across the diamond.
Yeah, and this is a good inning from Gracie after giving up the 3 in the last inning to bounce back 2 quick outs, and Tigers, this could be big. Keep the bats warmed up with a quick inning on the defensive side.
Pitch is fought off foul by Mason Abram, the 6-hole hitter and the DH for this Columbine team. Mason, a .444 hitter. Man, this Columbine lineup is loaded. The 0-1 pitch, chopped to Smith, tried to backhand it, now picks it up off the dirt, steps on the back, and a very quick 1-2-3 inning for the Rebels. We'll head to the top of the 6th here on the Erie Tiger Network.
No errors, nobody left on. We move.
Jen Realty online at genrealty.com.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. It's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Tigers trail it 3-2 to the Columbine Rebels, top of the 6th. Lily Smith will be leading it off here for the Tigers. Smith is 0 for 1 with a ground out and a sacrifice bunt.
Lily Smith.
And Ogden still in the circle for the Rebels. First pitch is inside for ball 1.
I don't know why the Columbine fans were so hype. I mean, that was a good 6 inches inside, and they thought that should have been called a strike. It was only a couple of them, but they cheered pretty loud. It was just funny to me.
1-0 to Smith. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And now 1-1 is the count to Smith. Ogden has the 2 runs early and is pretty buckled down since then. 1-1 to Smith is high and inside, ball 2.
Be consistent, Bill. Be consistent. That's all we ask.
Now the 2-1 from Ogden. Swung on, high fly ball right field. And Forbes will camp under it and put away the first out here in the top of the 6th.
Umpire remaining consistent. She has not given the high strike today, and so she's requiring that the pitchers keep it down under the letters, and that has been the same call that we saw in the first inning all the way through this inning.
And now Molly Nelson is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk, and sees the first pitch outside for ball 1.
Just takes one swing of the bat here from the Tigers to re-grasp momentum.
That one is inside, ball 2. And now 2-0 is the count to Molly Nelson, and Columbine fans are not pleased with
They're
the
just,
strike
I don't
zone.
know what they're watching. I really don't.
And now the 2-0. That is in the dirt, ball 3, and now Nelson 3-0 count, and you gotta think she's gonna be taken on this, right?
Yeah, that's kind of been the MO from the Tigers today, is take all the way.
3-0, taking all the way in there for strike.
You know, and every time they've done that, Ogden has delivered basically just a fastball right down the pipe. I think maybe next time you're Coach Echo Hawk, have him swing away.
And now 3-1 is the count, the pitch. That is high, ball 4. So the Tigers get a runner on, 1 out, and now Mia Johnston-Martinez will come up to hit for the Tigers.
Mia has been active in center
12,
field
Mia
after.
Johnson,
I only remember
Martinez.
1 or 2 balls hit to her all day yesterday, and today she's been a busybody out there in center field, and so I think she deserves a hit here, another hit this game.
First pitch to her is in there for strike 1. Martinez is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single on the day. And with Nelson on first, have a little bit of speed on the base paths. And now the 0-1 from Ogden is in there, strike 2, and quickly Martinez has fallen in a bit of a hole here.
Yeah, fallen in a hole, but she's a vet. She's going to get up there, battle, protect, anything close. This Tiger team has taken a lot of pitches today. We've seen some strikeouts looking.
And now the 0-2 is in there, called strike 3. And now 2 outs. And it looks like Avery Gilbert is
Now
going
batting number 22,
to be
Avery Gilbert.
subbed out for by, that is number 15, Layla Rodriguez. And Rodriguez comes into this game with 2 outs and a runner on second, and this is a big inning for the Tigers. They need something here so they aren't down to their final 3 outs.
Now batting for the Tigers, 15, Layla Rodriguez.
And for Layla on the season, a .417 hitter, so she can definitely put the ball in play.
First one is inside, ball 1.
That's a good call there by Blue.
Yeah.
Just, come on, fans. It's every ball and strike. Good grief.
1-0. She did go around, and that is strike 1, and now 1-1 is the count to Rodriguez. And now the 1-1 from Ogden. In the dirt, ball 2. And Rodriguez has worked the count. 2-1 now, 2 outs, runner on first base. Tigers trailing it, 2-3. The 2-1. Fouled away, back to the screen. And now 2-2 is the count. The 2-2 from Ogden. Swung on, little blooper over the head of the pitcher, fielded cleanly by the shortstop, flips it over, and that will do it for the top of the 6th for the Tigers. Tigers strand of 1, still trail at 3-2. We'll take a break here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you?
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Tigers trailing it 3-2, bottom of the 6th. Katie Forbes set to lead it off for Columbine. Forbes is over 2 with a fly out and a ground out. Excuse me, a foul out and a ground out. And Sackett just needs a quick inning because Tigers only 3 outs left potentially in their season.
Yeah, and all that damage was done in 1 inning from Columbine. That just goes to show you that you don't need to pile on runs every inning, just one big inning.
High fly ball. Camped under it is Gricius, and she will make the catch, and the first out quickly for Gracie Sackett in this inning.
And I'm always impressed by the Tigers' defense. They just look so comfortable under a fly ball. Sometimes you see high fly balls like that in high school softball, and you'll see a player who looks unsteady camping underneath it.
And now Anna Lovato, run scored in that 3-run 4th inning for Columbine. She is 2 for 2 with 2 singles in this game as she takes first one high for ball 1. And now the 1-0 from Sackett is inside for ball 2. And quickly Lovato has jumped ahead in the count. The 2-0. High and out, ball 3, and now quickly Lovato has jumped out to a 3-0 advantage, and Sackett needs to get one in the zone here. The 3-0, taking all the way was Lovato, and in the zone for strike 1. And now 3-1 is the count. Sackett gets the sign, comes set. The 3-1. Swung on, fouled away, back to the screen. And Sackett has fought back, gotten the count full, and is 1 strike away now. The 3-2 from Sackett. Swung on, lined, and caught by Gricius. Great play moving to her right. And 2 outs now for the Tigers.
That was smoked, and Gricius took 2 steps to her right, reached the glove out, and snared it. Great play there by Gricius.
And now 9-hole hitter Shern for the Rebels. They still lead it 3-2, bottom of the 6th. 2 outs. Shern has 2 singles up the middle on the day. And off speed, caught her out on the front foot.
The look on Shern's face was, oh man, I can't believe that I was fooled on that, because she was way out in front of that off-speed pitch, but she was a good character about it for sure.
And second pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed. And Shern quickly down 0-2 here.
We've gone soft on Shern. This is where you might want to bust Harden in on the hands.
Shern choked up on the bat. Sackett gets the sign. Comes set. And the 0-2. High and outside. Not a bad pitch from Sackett. Hoping for the chase, but good discipline from Shern, and count is now 1-2.
Yeah, sometimes you like to throw the high cheese when it's high and that far outside. Not difficult to lay off of.
And now the 1-2 from Sackett. In the dirt, good take from Shern, and 2-2 now.
I think Shern was just sitting, waiting for that breaking pitch, and was gonna wait all the way. Take all the way if that was a breaking pitch.
And now the 2-2 from Sackett. Swung on, ground ball to Grishis. She will clean it fieldly and flip it over to the first baseman. And Tigers 1-2-3 in the bottom of the sixth, but they trail it 3-2. We will go to the top of the seventh here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Do or die time for the Tigers. Their season on the brink comes down to these 3 outs, and it will be the top of the order for the Tigers, Nelson, Hernandez, Osborne. And I will say, Dylan, that even if you score 1, I kind of think you can't leave it a tie. You got to score multiple runs here if you want to win this game, because I think holding Columbine scoreless when they're at the top of the order going to be a tall task in a pressure situation.
Yeah, and this is biggest inning of the season for the Tigers. Megan Nelson, top of the order, though. So maybe they can get something done here.
She's 1 for 1, a single and 2 walks today. And here we go. Ogden wheels, fires outside, taken for a ball. Well outside. 1-0 pitch on the way. This one is hit weakly back to the pitcher, and the underhand flip by Ogden, and 1 away for the Tigers.
And now Tigers got Jay Hernandez and Addie Osborne, 2 very dangerous hitters, due up. And they one swing of the bat here, and the Tigers can tie this game up.
Jay Hernandez, 0 for 3. Each previous out has been a little bit further than the last. Flew out to center her last time up. Takes that one inside for a ball. Hernandez, one of just a handful of seniors, as we've talked about on this team, that have won a state championship, and they would love to add another one, another banner on the field with a 5A next to it. Delivery, swing and a miss. A big cut there from Hernandez. It was an outside pitch, a little high, that she tried to turn on.
Yeah, Hernandez maybe a little bit little antsy, and now she is in a 1-1 even count.
Ogden delivers low and away. That one taken for a ball off the plate.
Good discipline from Hernandez, and 2-1 count now.
Ogden not sure which pitch she's being asked to throw now. Figures it out, steps on the rubber, wheels, fires. This one is skied in the infield and easily put away. by the first baseman, Brody, and the Tigers are down to their last out of the season, and it's Addie Osborne. The Columbine fans on their feet, they're making noise, and this is a big moment. This has been a quick game, a pitcher's duel, a clean defensive game, and now Addie's got to figure out a way to keep this one going, and that one is inside. If you are Ogden, you can afford, I think, to maybe nibble a little bit here with Addie. Addie, team leader in home runs with 7, hit her 7th yesterday. Ogden checks the pitcher's armband, delivers high for a ball. No, they call that one a strike.
A little loud here, hard to hear the umpire in front of us. Osborne now 1-1 count.
1-1 with 2 outs and nobody on. Erie down to their last couple strikes. Can they extend this as that's off the plate? 2-1. Gone away from Addie. All her hits have been to the shortstop side here today. 2-1 pitch underneath the knees for a ball, 3-1. That was inside and a little low. 3-1 count. Ogden stares Addie down, delivers low for ball 4, and so now the tying run is aboard for the Tigers. For Renee Leskowski, who has pulled the ball 3 times. She has grounded out twice and singled through the hole between short and third.
And catcher for Columbine going to talk this one over. Leskowski, very dangerous hitter. One gap shot, and Tigers could tie this up potentially.
So 3-2 lead for Columbine. The Tigers have a runner on, but they're still down to their last gasp of breath. Can they find a way to at least extend this into the bottom half? If not, take the lead outright. Delivery, low and away for a ball. One-0 pitch. Swung on and hit hard to right field. Back to the wall, and it is caught at the wall by Katie Forbes. Oh, I thought it was gone off the bat, and it was all the way to the wall. Forbes reached up and grabbed it, and that is how the Tiger season will come to an end.
And good piece of hitting from Lazowski, just not quite far enough to put the Tigers on top, and that's going to do it for the Tigers this season.
Well, it was a great season. This is the first time all year that the Tigers have lost on Colorado soil.
The Rebels, they had 3 runs on 7.
And one of the all-time great seasons for sure.
On base.
And you say that Tigers were searching for their 13th state championship and just not quite able, excuse me, to make it happen.
All the best to
you have a handful of
Tigers
seniors that played their last game in an Erie uniform, including Jay Hernandez, Mia Johnston Martinez. On our roster, we don't have all the seniors listed.
Lilo
I know
Rodriguez,
that
Jay Hernandez and Davina Ruiz. Congratulations on a fine career at Erie High.
One of the seniors.
Stick around and watch
as well.
The 5A state title.
But that's going to do it. Any final thoughts on this season, Dylan?
Well, I thought the Tigers, they played a great game. It was just the one inning where Rebels jumped on a couple of mistakes from the Tigers, and the 1-run deficit is all that the Tigers could not come up with.
Well, that's going to do it for us here in the semifinal game. Thank you so much for joining us all season. Thanks to Greg Gilbert, who streamed all the softball games all season long for years. We're glad we could join you for this semifinal game. The Tigers fall 3-2 in their final game of the year. For Keegan and Dylan and everyone across the Erie Tiger Network, I'm Brandon. Until next time, Tiger fans, I'll chirp at you later.